Jazz recap on DJ and PK. I'm JP Chunga of the Utah Jazz Podcast Network. Check out my latest with Derek Favors on Roundball Roundup. Search Utah Jazz Podcast Network wherever you get your pods. So, the Jazz came into this fifth game in 8 days. Been on the road from Canada to the Midwest to Florida, stops in Atlanta in between. They finish it up in Miami. That's where they came in and cooled the heat. 115-111, a win for the Utah Jazz. Jaren Jackson Jr. led Utah with 22 points in 25 minutes, but the young guys finished the fourth. It was Ace Bailey and Bryce Sensabaugh late. Sensabaugh hit a three to give the Jazz a lead with 45 seconds to go, and he hit 2 free throws to finish with 14 points. Will Hardy was pleased with the youth postgame.
Really proud of the group's effort to guard as a team for 48 minutes. It's what gave us a chance to withstand the beginning of the game. I think we were 3 for 10 in the paint to start the game. Missed some chippies that we normally make, but to take 13 more shots than they did. Obviously, they shot more free throws, but the possession battle is always a big deal in our league, and I thought our team did a great job competing for all 48 minutes. A lot of big plays by a lot of people, 7 guys in double figures. That's who we want to be on both sides of the ball.
What do you think led to that defensive effort tonight? Do you think it was attention to detail, just more effort, or what do you think it came?
It's a combination of a lot of things. I mean, the attention to detail was very good. The communication was good. The physicality was good. We also added a guy to our roster who has been Defensive Player of the Year, and I think that first group, Nurk, Jaren, and Lowry, we have a lot of size. And then we start subbing, and 2 of them are on the court for the majority of the game. Those guys have done a good job of protecting the paint as a group, but I think as a whole, the perimeter players are doing a better job of containing the ball. Everybody has to do their job in this league to guard.
What did you think about Bryce? Just his composure at the end to knock down that shot and his free throws at the end to seal the game?
Yeah, Bryce, he wasn't having a great game offensively. He's been a little bit off kilter, out of rhythm. We're playing different lineups. People are going in and out in different moments and playing with people that they haven't played with before. And so there's a lot of factors that are out of Bryce's control, but Bryce isn't shy, and he believes in himself and made a huge 3 late, and then obviously the free throws put it away.
How close were you to putting Jaren or Lowry back in the game?
I wasn't.
Coach, what do you think of on the defensive side of the ball, both Ace and Cody? Obviously Ace's shot wasn't falling. Cody only took 1 shot, but they were just consistently making hustle plays, being aggressive, and seemed like they were setting the tempo for the other guys on the floor.
Yeah, it takes a team to execute in a close game. And, we were trying to be particular about matchups when we had the ball. Miami has some guys who can really guard, and so we wanted to try to make sure we were clean with our spacing, and the group did a good job of that. But Cody and Ace both recognize that there are a lot of ways to contribute to winning, and it's not just about how many points you score.
And Nurkic had a good night on the glass, and just as a unit, Kyle, everyone seemed to be contributing there. What's your thoughts on the guys being able to physically impose their will that way?
Yeah, Nurk is an elite rebounder, and he's done it his whole career. He's done it all year for us. He clears out a lot of space. He's got great timing, a great understanding of angles and how to use leverage with his body. But I thought that Flip deserves a lot of credit for the way that he battled on the glass. And I thought he not only did his work physically on the ground, but he pursued the ball with 2 hands, made a lot of big rebounds in traffic.
And with Isaiah, another night, great at playmaking by him. You talked about the live dribble passing he has. How does it feel to have a guy who can get into the team for the defense, create those dribble penetrations in the paint, and be able, like you said, not just kick it out, but find the guy for the dump off, see the guy who's cutting off baseline or something like that?
Yeah, Zay is a hard person to keep out of the paint with only 1 defender. He gets so low. He's really strong, explosive, does a great job with angles. So he's done a good job of playing off 2 feet, which allows him to see those reads much cleaner. but he understands that maybe the biggest thing he contributes for us on the offensive side is his ability to get in the paint and draw a second defender.
Lauri Markkanen was Utah's second leading scorer. He notched 17 in 25. He spoke about the youth as well.
In order to get this win, the way you guys grinded it out in the fourth.
Stops and rebounding. And I think offensively we were getting what we wanted most of the time. We were executing our stuff, and guys made shots. But I think on the defensive end, we were just we fouled a little too much, and that got them back in the game. And but I think once we defended without fouling and got the rebound, that's what we were talking about every time out, and that was our focus.
What's it like to see Bryce and his poise down the stretch to knock down a big shot like that?
Yeah, something in that Florida playing here, like last year too. I guess he likes to play here, but he's a tough shot maker, and just having that scorer's mentality down the stretch and brought us home tonight.
And then defensively, when you, Jaren, and Nurk are out on the court, you guys make it really crowded, really difficult. Could you feel that tonight? Yeah, just trying to protect the paint, make it tough for them to drive. And obviously there's still stuff that we need to clean up. It's not going to be perfect, but I think most of the time we try to make it look crowded and make them shoot contested three, kick out the three-point line, and then we contest threes, and then it's about rebounding. So, yeah, that was our goal. And a really, really long trip. What does it feel like to get a win to head back home after all of this?
Yeah, it feels good. This has felt even longer trip than I feel like it's actually been. With the January being mostly on the road and then finish it with this, and feels like we're being away from home a lot, so it feels good to go back home.
Jusuf Nurkic was a tree in the middle, 10 points and 16 rebounds, plus a Fred Flintstone fit. He caught up with Lauren Green.
Just finished the trip. Going home, I always feel great to win on the road. But I like the way we execute. A little foul too much in that third quarter, but, I get back in the game.
You told me earlier, talked to me about Jaren and you and Larry out on the court, about that being crowded. What was it like again, game 2, having that? I
think it's a great, sign. I think the half, I believe they have 8 points in the paint. That was our goal, and coach really emphasized that we have to protect the paint, and I think for the majority of the game we did a great job. Just kind of keep building on that.
You guys were a huge piece to this defense, but I think it was contagious too to the rest of the team. How big was the defense in this win?
It's great. When you have an ace, when a rookie out there, just playing. It's great. Just the fact we're buying in and trusting each other. I think coach put us in a great spot defensively and offensively, but obviously we have to execute. But that length and, the help when you have ex-defensive player of the year. So, obviously he have to get back to the, playing big minutes and everything. But, it's a huge, I guess, good example of what we can do.
And I have to ask about the fit, too. What went into the outfit choice tonight?
Just being in Miami, I feel like it's summer, so nice weather. And I felt like it was just the right time to pull it.
So the Jazz finish the road swing 2-3. They return home before the All-Star break. It will be Jazz Kings on Wednesday, a debut at home for Jaren Jackson Jr. Pre-game coverage begins at 6. Tip is at 7 here on the Utah Jazz Radio Network. I'm JP Chunga, and this has been your Jazz Recap on DJ and PK.